I hit the buzzer beater. Why'd you watch from the bleachers? I'm no preacher, more like a poor righteous teacher. Food for thought, I feature. We talk rap off beat, all fact, all street. Cut the fat off the meat and get to the point.
Cash got the corner, not here to exploit. We the joys to get to the top, gon' need a hoist. We move joints like androids. Together we can joint to get you the point.
The jewels. To the point. The jewels. To the point. I hit the buzzer beater. Why'd you watch from the bleachers? I'm no preacher, more like a poor righteous teacher. Food for thought, I feature. We talk rap off beat, all fact, all street. Cut the fat off the meat and get to the point.
Cash got the corner, not here to exploit. We the joys to get to the top, gon' need a hoist. We move joints like androids. Together we can joint to get you the point.
The jewels. To the point. The jewels. To the point. I hit the
quick re-up, right?
What's up, homie?
We was talking about we had Superstar Ye on, man. We was talking about infidelity between couples and spouses, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we was going in on a tip like, should either party pardon one another if they get caught out there cheating?
Right.
And we elaborated on a lot. It was a lot of different angles we looked at that at, you know what I mean? It's different. It ain't a blanket you could put on that joint, because it got a lot to do with a lot of things. The investment, the kids, the time, the core of the relationship, you know what I mean? What it's really about, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, Con, what you know,
Yeah,
what you
so
got
like,
to share?
yeah, like we was wrestling back and forth on the, you know what I mean, the pros and cons of what's most important to the individual parties that's going through this situation of infidelity. You know, and I think, well, I don't think, I'm always leaning on this side. If it's the John where's my peeps is blatantly being disrespectful, and I'm on my J.O., right? I got extra mayonnaise, extra cheese. We all that. We all had a bag of chips like back in the day, right?
Right.
And she Chief J. Strongbow crossed me with the crossbow, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
She fired. She out of there, right? But if I'm somewhere negligent, gambling all the money up, I got the floozy from the corner bar, call on my jack every other minute. I'm skating out 2, 3 in the morning, going nowhere. I'm coming back, you know what I mean, all on some ignorant, disrespectful stuff when I come back in the house.
Right.
I mean, in them cases, you leaving the person vulnerable, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't no comfort. You ain't no reinsurance. You just somebody that's like
that's around.
No, like y'all sharing a dorm, like that's your roommate or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah, so when it get to them levels of the game, it's where you gotta be tolerable. You gotta tolerate some things. And you have to sacrifice some things as far as, first of all, if you really a true stand-up guy, that pride, that should have been through out the back door, right? Forget all that. This is about legacy. That's way more important than some pride. So, we gotta weigh that up. And if it's a person you jump the broom with, the bottom line ain't been crossed, right? So y'all try and get up the mountain to the top together. This is a hard hurdle to get over, but you can get over this hurdle together. with forgiveness,
Right.
with some prayer, and some real understanding that you have to put it away, forget about it, don't bring it up, and really, really respect this person's space as far as what you did to him, and love them and cherish and give them everything you have, and you gotta be Johnny on the spot, ooh hoo baby, I do it, honey. You gotta be all that, honey. Do it. You gotta do all the extra stuff now, and mean it though. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. So my bottom line is, I never ran into a situation like that. Alhamdulillah. Thank God I got a stand-up queen. You know what I mean? This ain't stand-up kings. You know that, right? You know what I mean? We got stand-up queens.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like,
It's some stand-up queens. A lot of them more.
You know?
It'd be probably more stand-up queens than stand-up kings.
right?
To be honest with
real
you.
rap. That's real rap.
You know what I mean?
So, you know, like I said, the ball bounced my way. You know what I mean? We've been rising to the top. We ain't nowhere yet. We just hovering right now.
I,
you know what
I
I mean?
wanted to say something, right?
Yeah.
In hindsight, all that. This what I believe. Like I said at the beginning, I believe that is it ain't a blanket you can throw on a joint, right? Because it's different circumstances, like Khan was pointing out, that lead to the infidelity, right? And I believe it's pending on the circumstances and the reasons, you know what I mean, that I think that's a major part of if it's worth fixing or just keeping it pushing. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
on one of the joints, I don't know if that's, you're not directly alluding to, but I'm gonna put a straight light on it. I'm gonna shine a light on it.
Right.
When you say, or when a person, a man, for instance, is not, you said in the last joint, rubbing the feet, making the bath water, bringing roses, all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
And you said that he might have started off with that, right?
Right.
And the woman may take that as neglect
Right.
at a point, right?
Right.
What I think should happen before the woman feel like she gonna step out on main man, because I still don't think that's fair, that because she feel like she being slighted, that's a go-kart to step out on him, because he may have valid reasons
Right.
that if you ain't communicating, you don't know what's going on with your man.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
What's hindering him from doing what he used to do.
Right.
I believe a discussion supposed to be had and not just everything floating up in the clouds, nobody grabbing nothing. You get what I'm saying?
I wasn't being clear. I ain't mean to leave an open blatant statement like that, but you right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
what if this man got some legitimacies
'Cause in
behind
that way,
him not rubbing her feet?
I'm peering on it in that way too.
Yeah, because some women, be honest with you, do that. That's why you highlighted it.
I was
Yeah, rock, just like that.
I was
I'm
saying
going to
this-
step out on him because he ain't straightening me out
right.
like he used
I
to,
was
or
saying-
whatever the case, man.
I was saying this guy was doing that because he out with the flus. You hear what I said?
No, that's
He had
today. I'm talking about yesterday,
Oh,
the other time, the other episode. I keyed in on that part. I ain't
Okay.
going on what you said now.
Well, the other day, that's what I said. I didn't mean to leave an open blanket.
Right,
That's
right,
why I
right,
came
right.
back and covered
Got
that
you.
blanket with this head.
Got you. But yeah, at any
But
rate, man.
I'd have been peering him too.
Yeah, I believe it's the bottom line is this, man. This the bottom line. This to the point, right?
Right.
Don't do it. Don't
Right.
be an infidel, man.
Right.
If you love the person enough to marry him, you know what I mean?
Right.
Uphold that. Like he said, cherish that, honor
Right.
that,
Right.
honor that. If you're not an honorable person if you don't, because you shouldn't drag a person into that field if that's not what you intend.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you have ample chance when you courting, when you
Right.
doing whatever you doing before you get married, to
Right.
put all that shit on the line.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like my
Right.
man said at the
Right.
beginning, we gonna play it, what we
Right.
gonna do. We all grown folks, man.
Right.
We playing kid games. Stop it, man. Stop it. You know what I mean? Stop it. But check it out, right?
What's the up, homie? What's the up? That's cold beverage for us?
Cold beverage.
Yeah. Yeah, where we at with it?
They gave Gucci Man artist Rollo, right? Shout out to Rollo, he Muslim, Samaraikum, right? They give Rollo 8 years in the penitentiary for marijuana trafficking, right? And marijuana is now legal all over the world.
Right.
They get this man 8 years. They sit him down for 8 years. Understand what I'm saying? For something that they're now moving around legal beagle. That don't come off to me as fair. What I want to know what Khan got to say first, though. What you got to say about that one, Khan?
That shit cold, man. That's real cold. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm tired of playing around with it, man. This country on some BSGS, man. Every time we look up, we turn the corner, read the phone, read the newspaper, look at Instagram, at Facebook, whatever. There's always some nut stuff that's happening to us, man.
Right.
They run up in this here building, shooting them up, kill this many kids. They in this school, firing them up, shooting this many kids. They over here doing this, running down black man, shooting him, killing him in the street. Up and they hung on this black man, put a knee in his neck. There's always some nut stuff, man. Young boy in the house eating ice cream. They come in the apartment and shoot him dead. He's come home from work. Other girl in the house on her boyfriend in bed sleep. They bust in and shoot her dead. Come on, man. And like, now this situation is totally different, but they take another black man from his family. 8 years. I mean, that's 365 times. You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I mean, from off the top, I know it's more than 2,500.
Right.
You know what I mean? Days. Tick tock. 24 hours in a day. It's like 52,000 hours.
Right.
You gonna be booked, man. I mean, that stuff ain't cool. What they doing, like, they take a man from his whole situation. So now somebody got carried a load because they've been used to living a little above where they was at. Now that's going to that law book a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
He might have a you know what I mean, some hidden clause that he can skate back out of there, but probably gonna cost him some money or cost him to really, research on his own, find out what that's gonna cost him some time too, Shay.
Right.
So it might take him two years before he find that little catch-22 in the paragraph
That's
3,
cool,
section
man.
8, and all that type stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. This what I look at it like, Khan.
Yeah.
I believe they should have, if they was knowing the powers that be that they were moving in the direction of legalizing this substance, this marijuana,
Right.
that they should have gave everybody pardon that was arrested, you know what I mean, for the marijuana. I don't care if it was before, during, or after. You get what I'm saying? They should have gave up some type of, what you call that, John, amnesty or something far as time. You know what I mean? Some clemency, what they call that stuff, man?
Mm-hmm.
They should have let them folks go that was locked up for them weed charges if y'all knew y'all was making it legal beagle. That looks goofy to me, man. You get where I'm coming from? It look like, damn, like.
That's why I started saying, man, this is cold. The country we live in is on some BS game. They running the best game right in front of our eyes. They've been checkmated us, man. And now we got a whole nother game we gotta play, and our young generation ain't starting this game off right. You know what I mean? Each generation is like them setting the chessboard over again. You get what I'm saying? If you know anything about chess. And each generation, they beating us, checkmate, reset the board. 20 years later, checkmate. We set the board. 21 years later, checkmate. And this how they running their game on it, man. We gotta get up one, man. Real rap, man. Stop falling for the hook, man. Bottom line, man.
We gotta get up one.
Real rap, man.
That's real,
Bottom line,
man. In hindsight, I want to tell my main man Rollo, you know, make that, you know what you're doing, man. Get that, rip that skin off your forehead like you've been doing, man. Trust in Allah, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And pull through that joint, but it's not cool, man. Another not cool cold beverage, right, Con?
Right.
Kansas City police, days ago, shoot an unarmed, pregnant black woman down in the street in cold blood. This is what happened. And plain as that. Ain't no putting no sugar on it. Plain like that. That's what happened, right? That's how blatant that they carry us, man, in a really blatantly disrespectful manner whenever they want, right? And we see it so much. But now you have an unarmed, pregnant black woman. She's the most vulnerable. She's the most vulnerable. She's a woman and she's pregnant.
It's crazy, man. Hey,
and all you men run down on her and shoot her down.
Hey, man. Hey, Shake.
We need some explanations for this one, yo.
Hey, Shake, man. Dig this, right? Man, straight up, man.
What everybody got to say about that?
Listen, man.
Everybody on the live, what y'all got to say?
What's up with us, man? Where the men at, man? I'm calling for the men, man. We sitting around like we some old lollipop suckers and some real stuff, man. That's somebody's daughter, sister, mother, aunt, best girlfriend, all that good stuff, man. Somebody's girlfriend, maybe. Definitely somebody's mom to be, probably somebody's wife and mother, present mother. And they do her dirty like that? Not mine, man. No, not mine. Not like that. No. The boy Robbie Khan, I'm gonna be locked up. Bottom line, I mean, I'm getting to the point here. Man.
Or I'm going out with a bang about that.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably gonna murk me and all that.
Yeah.
But before that happens,
let's get to the nitty gritty of it as it relates to this, right?
It's ugly,
the climate. Man. What type of climate is in the atmosphere in our America that breeds this sort of blatant disregard for human life, and it's always executed and vented on our tent?
Can I tell you something real quick?
You have a guy that just went in and shot all these black folks up in the supermarket, and they walk him out calmly and kindly, probably was joking and laughing with him while he was walking him to the car with cuffs.
Right.
Giggling and playing with him.
Right.
You know?
Right.
A real calm, cool, collective situation.
Right.
And then it be the total opposite extreme when it come to us, man. And it's blatant. It's blatant. It's like everybody know it and nobody doing nothing about it. Literally nobody. Just spectating on. Some people grieve. They say they hate it in their heart. They hate it with their tongue. Some people protest.
Now watch this, right?
What do you really think, man? It's crazy.
Out, right, Sheik? All right. I'm going to take all the hostility out, the emotions out right now.
Right.
Because y'all know how I get, right? We going to trip all the fat off right here. Get right to the point. This was going on, y'all. Check the round. They're attacking us from every angle. And it's not just an attack as an assault. It's an attack with murder. Right? The pharmacy industry is now murdering our kids. You understand? You understand what I'm talking about? They poisoning all the pills that come through all the Rite Aids and Elker Drugs and all them joints, CBS's and all them joints. It's so much illegal garbage running around that people with jobs is now risking their jobs and coming in with fake joints and making a spot move, right? They kill us with these guns. They won't never stop selling guns. Everybody can get a gun. They just put the boy bought a gun the day he shot and killed what? 10 kids and 2 teachers? We bought the gun that morning. Got it at 11 o'clock, shot them at 1.
That's some crazy stuff. Go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? Right? So that's that industry,
And
right?
they don't want to change the gun laws because it's money. It's making money.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This whole thing, you want to get right direct to it. We have now turned, which we once was, started out to be a socialist society. Now, for the last probably 40 years, 50 years, not only us, the whole world, especially China, is now a capitalist society.
Yep.
So if you don't know what that means, in a nutshell, is me first, F you second, forget you third, and fourth, fifth, and sixth, you're getting hung by 6 o'clock sundown. Don't care about nothing else but getting at this dollar and forget you later. You understand what I'm saying? Forget you later. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that we are in a time now where, though, they want to have us in fear and guilt.
What's the guilt part?
Is our young black men causing each other destruction, right?
Okay.
And that's the guilt. The fear is I can't go get my hair cut because if I park the wrong way or I do this and the cops see me, I got all my right information, I'm straight. If I get pulled over, they might, you know what I mean? Twist me.
It's crazy, yo.
It might leave me twisted. You know what I'm saying?
That's a crazy way to grow up and live,
and
man.
then if you are an aggressive person, they're going to label you as a super predator if you ain't going for that shit for them cops, man. Because anybody know me. No, they not doing none of that to me, man. And I ain't none of that, but they going to have to kill me because that's the time of frame is. You been in a car with me before and got pulled over. And anybody sat with me in a car and got pulled over know what I'm talking about. And I've been pulled over 1,000 of times with my homies in the car, especially all my young boys. I mean, right there with me. So, but over by the country, they ain't going for none of that second, third, ride around the block on the same situation, talking about he asked you this and you rebutted. He asked you again, you rebutted again. If you in Alabama, Mississippi, Detroit, you might not make it home that night, man. We get a little break in Philadelphia because the cops here a little bit, I don't know what it is. What do you think it is about the cops here? Because they don't do that too much here. But it's something about us here that we get a little more respect here.
I'm going to tell you what I think it is.
Yeah.
I think, and God knows best, right?
Right.
But I honestly think the further Midwest and the further south you go is the more more blatant racism.
Yes.
Because a lot of those regions is where it really was going down at.
Yep.
And it's the origin of it. And I believe it's deep-rooted, like you said, in those areas. The more north you come and the more east, I think it lightens up.
Right.
And that's just the way I really believe that's how it go.
Right.
Because we know right now, if we say it right now,
right.
If you go to Mississippi or this
watch
place, that
yourself,
place,
right?
Yeah, watch for the hook.
Right.
Texas and this and that.
Watch yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
We know that. Everybody know that. Why they say that? Why we all know that? Because that's what it is, man.
It got so bad now you can come further up north. North Carolina got that stuff going on. Atlanta got it going on. I'm surprised they ain't doing that dumb stuff right out in Baltimore, man.
Right.
You understand? But listen, while we on this note, let me ask this quick question. Hit this real fast.
Right.
You don't
This on cold beverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still on cold beverage.
All right, come on.
Kevin Lyles.
Uh-huh.
Kevin Lyles. And I actually sat with this guy, acquainted with this guy, and talked to this guy for a couple hours, man. 1 year at Powerhouse. My
Right.
son was performing in Powerhouse.
Right.
And, you
Right.
know, we was backstage in this particular year because my son performed in several.
Right.
But this was like his first hit. And he didn't have his own dressing room.
Uh-huh.
So we was sharing a room with, we was in P&B Rock room with him and his squad.
Right.
And Kevin Lyles was posted up in there. A lot of people was in there that night. Cardi B, Danny Swift Garcia. It was, you know, we was in
Right.
there blending, right? And I sat, me personally, and acquainted with Kevin Lyles. He good dude. He got a little bit of street know too that
Right.
people might not know. You know what I mean?
Right.
He ain't always square
Square
at all.
biz, yeah.
And thorough. And he was at the time showing a lot of interest in my son.
Right.
And I think he had just opened that label. What's that joint he got? The 3 is the number 300 something.
I ain't sure.
Yeah, well he had just cracked that joint I think around that time.
Uh-huh.
And he was showing a lot of interest in my son at the time. At any rate, this guy, honorable move, man. He shows up for Young Thug, right,
Right.
at court in Young Thug's defense, back in Young Thug's play, 110%, trying to get this man free.
Right.
And the dialogue between him and the judge went something like this. The judge was saying, if we let this man go, he would have to be under 24-hour surveillance and security because he will be a major flight risk, right? And this would cost millions of dollars, right?
Right.
Who do you expect to fit that bill after we won't?
Right.
If this is what your request is to set him free.
Right.
Kevin Lyles' response was this: I have the money and he has the money. We'll fit the bill.
Okay, murder.
Just like that.
Murder.
You ain't talking nobody busted. I got the paper. Let's make it happen.
Murder.
What do y'all think about this, man? And also, it's something else peeking out. I heard it was a guy, they's alleging that's going to testify against Young Thug. And it's not what you were saying, Con. It was another rapper that they saying they believe to be cooperating.
Right.
So,
I can
go
believe
ahead.
that. I can believe that.
What you think
man.
about that, though, Kevin Lyles showing up in that man's defense, trying to get him out of jail?
You know, everybody out there, right? Y'all can send y'all comments and y'all concerns too while we at it. But, I really think my man Young Thug is in deep water, man. It ain't that hot yet. No, it is hot. He in deep hot water, man. The water hot and it's deep. You know what I mean? He has the way out. I don't know the way out, though. But there is a way out. You know what I mean? So, the way they got him in, how they caught him up, with phone calls, who the Joe is, which angle they got him on. They got him on any home footage.
Any what?
Home footage,
Oh, all right.
any retail footage, he any gas station doing nothing dumb.
Right.
You understand? All that stuff is the unknown. And them leather boys, they play dot I's, Q's, T's is cross, and they only P's and they Q's at all times. So that's what I'm saying. It's the water hot, see. It's hot water. I mean, so whoever testifying for him, against him, I don't think that's gonna make no difference.
Right.
Difference is the way they caught him up. He gotta have a loophole right there. I think he banking on one of them investigators, prosecutors did something wrong, didn't tie the knot tight like they're supposed to.
Right.
He can unravel it on some read between the lines shit. Other than that, I don't know what's up with him.
What you think about, or you don't think, what you think in direct response to what I'm saying, Kevin Lyles showing up for him in that way?
I think that was cool. I think that's good. I think that's a good look. But I answered it all at the same time. I don't
Right.
think whoever testified, whoever showing for him, ain't doing him really no good. They can say he
Got you.
the son of Moses. Okay. All right. We
Got
believe in everything.
Let
but,
me say, I'm gonna say this, right? I know what my man's saying, and I don't want anybody public to mistake what he's saying. What my man's saying is this: them federal rallies got a 98% conviction rate, right? We all know, people from the street know how they play. There's a lot of gangsters, man, that's been taken off, removed off of the face of the planet
right,
by the United States government, right?
right. Crazy.
So, in a nutshell, what he's saying is not saying that ain't no hope for him, not saying he don't want him to show, not saying none of that. He's saying realistically, he's in the clutches of the beast, right? And he's in a real messed up hot. See, that seat's on fire.
That's where he at, man.
That seat Young Thug sitting in on fire.
Hot, man. It's hot.
You get what I'm saying?
Hot, man.
And nobody wants to be in that hot seat right there. So that's the angle I'ma come and say, learn the lesson, Bucks. I'm always tell y'all, learn the lesson, man.
Real
But
rap.
as it relates to Kevin Lyles, I think that was real honorable, you know, to try to step up and do that
Right.
from a man of his stature, you know, and his position, you know what I mean? And I've seen and heard contrary with
Right.
the same type affairs.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've seen and heard that a guy will show up, and I ain't mentioning no names, but a guy show up, similar scenario for a rapper that may be directly or indirectly connected, and had the same opportunity, right?
Right.
And didn't treat it the same. You know what I mean? They went the other direction.
Right.
No, I can't do anything for him. I'm not going to watch him. I ain't going to chaperone him. I ain't putting no money up for security. None of that. You're on your own, kid.
He out to try. That's
I've
crazy.
heard that happen. You know what I mean? So with this happening like this, it showed me that some people still do honorable things, man, when it's time. And
Right.
it ain't take him nothing to do that, but some moral fiber, just some
Right.
trying to help his brother out
Right.
because he know he needs help. He needs help, man. And that's the bottom line news of that, you know what I mean? He under 300. All right, so he's under his label.
Yeah.
That's the label, 300,
That's
that
what you're
Kevin
saying,
Lyles got. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Hey, man, I just wish everything, you know, I can't really honestly say, you know, anything except, you know, I just hope that things pan out in whichever direction that's fair, you know?
Right. Hey, it's very unfortunate that everybody that was really rocking with them had to get caught up in the net.
Right.
My bottom line thing is I wish that, and I hope that a lot of them get, you know what I mean, tossed by the side, because I don't think And no, well, that's another thing.
Watch that shoulder.
Some of them might even be the Joe. So it's tricky, you know what I mean?
Hey, man,
So-
I peeked at something, not trying to cut you off. I
Right,
peeked at
right,
something
right.
earlier,
Right.
but I'm going to do some homework and I'll bring it back the next podcast.
Okay.
But is an alleged rapper that's supposed to be cooperating. I peeked at it. I'm gonna put everybody on next podcast.
That's crazy.
But go ahead, what you
man.
was saying?
No, I wanted to ask you something.
Let me ask you something. Segment. Go
About
ahead.
that time?
Yes, sir.
All right, so listen, right? I like I always talk about the MCs and the rappers,
Right.
right? That's a good duel with me, right?
Right.
So, and I always go at the rappers first. I like them, because they do this is my story, but I can rock with the MCs too. Don't get me twisted, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So my question is, and that setup ain't the question. That's the setup. Now check the question. What MCs or rappers out of all of them is the best producer, MC, producer, rapper together in one?
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna go through my Rolodex first. That was a good question.
I said it was out the
Really?
box.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through my Rolodex first so I can really fine comb
Right.
who are rappers / producers,
Right.
right? Because you got a number of them, right? You got Timberland, you got Pharrell, you got Kanye West, you got Dr. Dre. I want to think of some more. I think there's a couple
You
more
got
out there.
Havoc.
You got Havoc, right?
Mhm.
You got some,
Mhm.
right? I'm still
There's quite a
going, I'm
few
still
more out
s-
there.
I'm still scrolling my Rolodex while I'm talking. But to start off answering your question, right?
Swiss Beats.
Swiss, he deem himself a rapper too? That's what I want to say.
He gets behind that microphone.
Yeah, he
Once you
has
get-
done it.
Once
He has
you get
done
behind
it.
that microphone, you know what I mean? Don't mean you're very good when, man, that's another
yeah.
story.
So I'll throw Swiss in. I want to say this. Hands down, I believe it's Kanye West. Right? Hands
Yeah,
down.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because Dr. Dre, like we spoke on, used to have the baton.
Hands down one
Hands
time.
down,
right,
he had that
right.
baton. But when a guy like Kanye West came in, he came with more. He's more innovative.
He had those samples, man.
Yeah, he's more innovative. This guy Kanye West, right, is talented, man. That guy's talented, man. I gotta give it to him. You know what I mean?
He
To
gets
the
it.
point. To the point.
He gets
It's
it.
taking our hat off to Kanye West.
take
and
it
he's
right
not
off,
here.
right off.
And when you
You know
come
what I
here,
mean?
man, we're gonna take our hat off
right
to you.
off.
If you ever come swap
You know
with us,
what I mean?
Kanye, you know. But
I know it's a long shot.
yeah, but listen.
I bet you don't remember. It's a long
No.
shot.
We ain't gonna
Remember.
saturate that. Listen, Kanye West. This guy has so many different talents, Con.
Right.
But some people, when he was coming up, he used to get a little bit ridiculed about his rap
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't the type of rap that fit into the clique that he was running with.
Right. Exactly.
a bunch of gangsters running
Right,
around there.
right,
right at
right.
the time.
Right.
Bunch of gangsters from Marcy,
Right, right.
from South Philly,
Right.
from, you know, Harlem. They was
Right.
from all over
Right.
the place. Bunch of goons that
Right, right.
rapping that street. Yeah, nigga, right? Everybody. He the only one, he the only one came in
Something about throw your hands.
with the backpack on, with the low on, and wasn't scared to be different,
Exactly, shit.
right?
Exactly.
And that fearlessness of him not be just I'm gonna be myself all the way to this day is what I believe got that boy Billy Goat status.
That's what did it.
You
That's
get me?
what did it.
And he's very talented, and what he did was make the people gravitate his
Him.
way.
That's all he did. I'm not changing y'all. Y'all gotta come this way.
Yeah, man. I commend him.
I'm not conforming to y'all joker. Y'all gotta come this way.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
But his beats is like goofy kind. You gotta listen to some of that stuff he done, man, on Siegel.
Man,
Before you even start rapping.
I'm so hip. I did the history on board. I had to do the research on him, man. You know my man Guru, right?
Uh-huh.
They come together from
Guru the engineer.
yeah.
Right.
Guru went to school, some university. I think John Puppy went to or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he was a DJ in school. Kanye West was come to school and bring beats, and him and the DJ got cool.
Right.
The first job Kanye West got on some, I forget the name of the record label, whatever. He got Guru a job engineering.
Oh.
And then when he moved, when Kanye West got the job at The Rock, he didn't have no job at first, Guru said, right? He used to come at The Rock every day to come around, be around. Then one day the engineer ain't show up. And somebody said, you can record? He said, yeah, come on, man, get behind there. And I said, I got a job.
Wow.
Just being persistent, he said. But Kanye West, it's hands down, man. I mean, for a lot of years, Dr. Dre had that same title holding down for hands down for a long time.
Yeah, he ain't have no,
but this
he
was
ain't had no threat of competition at that time.
at the time, no. But when
Timberland was around though.
but
Timberland was rapping a little
Timberland
bit
ain't
with
that strong rapper.
Magoo and
he ain't that.
he ain't
Dre got him on the MC tip.
right.
The same way Kanye West got Dre is like no contest. Like
Got you.
Dre get MC, but everybody write his rhymes.
Right.
And that's my man. But as far as behind the microphone, Kanye West got it.
Jay-Z ink something for Dre too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dre, he wrote Dre there,
What's
I
the
think.
name? Ab Lava. Ab
wrote
from our
something
city.
too?
I've heard, he inked something for Dre, I
See
believe.
what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Shout out to Ab.
You see, that's what I'm saying. People can write your stuff, right? But it still go back to the person that got to perform it.
Right.
They the ones making that $200,000, $300,000 to show.
So on tagging on to that question, right? I'm glad you said that. That's a factor too of who's the best producer and rapper. Who
Right.
inking your stuff? Kanye ink his own stuff,
Right,
man.
right, definitely.
He inks his own
Yes.
stuff. He write his own
Yes,
raps,
he's
yo.
proud of that too.
He the one, Kanye.
Yeah, hands down.
He got that. He got that title,
I took
hands
my hat
down.
off to my man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Ain't nobody can
That's-
compare
That's
really.
my man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for one of the up and coming young boys. Cause I'm not sure. I think Future make beats. You know what I mean? So
Future?
yeah,
You ever heard Future make beats?
yeah. Do the
Yeah,
research.
look that up. I never
Yeah,
heard
we-
Future make beats
I
on the
keep my
slide.
ear to the streets a little bit, man.
Future
Yeah,
make beats.
Yeah.
That'll be heavy if that boy chop off like that, yo. That'll be like not surprising, but it'll be like a shock.
You'd be surprised who got other traits. Jim Jones do other stuff too. Jim Jones record videos
No, I've been knew Jim Jones record. He was
just-
recording the videos
way
for-
back in the day.
yeah, before he even came
Yeah.
in front of one.
Right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. It's
But-
other dudes that have a multi-talented.
That's
You know what I
good.
mean? We have to do
Because I believe that a person need to tap into that.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Because why put yourself in a box?
Right.
You know what I mean? Why put yourself in a box
Right.
if you know how to do all that? Feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna ask you another question. It's all tagged into your question, right?
Yeah.
Is it now? Do a person get more of a pass, right?
Right.
That is coined as a producer, but he raps for somebody to write their raps,
Say
as
it again?
opposed to oh, he right. What I'm saying is
Say it again.
What I'm saying is this, right? In layman terms, is it cool for a rapper producer to get somebody to write their raps? Would it be cool for them, more cool for them than a regular rapper?
Yeah.
In what sense?
Because he already multitasking, and like I was saying, see, everybody, all right, here we go to the point. To the point, man.
Right.
See, that pride thing, got to throw that in the trash. Because these rappers and MCs is only saying that because of that right there. Because any other music, people get paid a lot of money to write music for them because the actual artist might be on the road. He ain't got time to get a writing break.
Stay right there too.
He this place, he that place,
Yep.
and the time ain't sufficient for him to sit down and write an album or 16, so he buy them. But the person that's selling them can't record it or deliver it
Right.
or sell it. When they do deliver it, when that guy get it, he might sell 10 million copies of the same shit you wrote, and you're going to only sell 10,000. So
This Cree. Hold on.
it's never
Assalamu alaikum, Forge.
it's never about
Assalamu
the
alaikum.
person that's writing, is who you selling it to. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're writing somebody's lyrics, you don't want to sell them to Joe Smoke from the alley, you know what I mean? You want to sell them to somebody that's going to really move the units
Right.
and get your name attached to it. And the person that's buying it, now he got the another 8-ball in the
Hello?
corner pocket and make sure he can sell 2, 3, 4 million copies.
Oh, here we go.
And if that all happens, it's peace and love. Everybody enjoying this.
Cree, Kef Harder.
I mean, then write some more. You can't come on the show. You understand
Ain't
what I'm
nothing.
saying?
We on the show right now. Cree Fortune called up, y'all. I mean, you could come slide when you close. I know. Yeah, come on then. I'm going to send you the Addy real quick. I'm going to send it right now, Cree. I'm sending. All right, sorry, go to Allah. Sure. No, we could film it for another joint. We get him while we can get him, right? You feel me? Huh?
Let's
might not do the
let's
live.
finish our joint, man.
Yeah.
Stick to our script.
So go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, oh, here we go, man. Bring that beat back one time, man.
Oh, no, it was just basically you saying people get passes in any other genre for
Yeah.
getting somebody to rap for,
Yeah,
write
right.
for them.
Yeah,
I got something to say about that too.
yeah,
Watch.
because like the bottom line is, if the writer is getting paid from writing, and the performer, the artist, is getting paid for performing what was written, I really don't see what's the foul. Now, personally, if I was the artist, I wouldn't record nobody's stuff that was written for me. But like I said, everybody ain't the same type artist. It's MCs and hip hop, it's rappers and hip hop. It's all different
do a
kind of
whole
people
nother
behind the
show,
microphone.
Oh,
So
we got it.
that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm tripping.
So
You had me on the organic tip and all this. I got it. I'm getting too
y'all
organic.
tripping,
I
man.
know.
Y'all can't be. See, that's what gets me, man. See what we doing right here?
Yeah.
It's not cool.
Now listen. I want to say something in hindsight of what you were saying, right? I seen Tank on the new Drink Champs. You seen it?
Yeah.
Right. The whole time Tank was doing this. I write, produce, rap, I sing it, everything, right? Nobody do nothing for me, so
Right.
nobody can't hold my jock strap.
Okay.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So he was using that in the R&B genre to kick murder on the ones who get people to write for him.
Right.
Same difference.
Right. Okay.
So in every genre, I think that can be a pro and a con.
No, but Tank is not really no real singer. He sings as if he's a hip hop guy. He ain't no real like Keith Sweat type dude.
He ain't put himself there. He said ain't nobody better than him but R. Kelly. That's what he kept saying.
Who you know that do any kind of music artistic is gonna say they're last in the
Right.
pack.
Right.
I'm surprised he even said that dude better than him. Try to keep that guy's name out your mouth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm not trying to throw no shade on nobody or put clouds on nobody's stuff. But you never heard that said, I'm 50 plus. I never heard Smokey Robinson, Steve Wonder, Marvin Gaye before he passed. I was 12 when he passed. Never heard him say it, never go up the scale. Never heard Keith Sweat, I'll Be Sure, go up the scale a little more. Never heard Jodeci, Boys and Men. None of them. I've been through all these eras of R&B rappers and singers. They all been trading, writing music for each other. You use my band, all to get a hit to get you the money.
Right.
The object to get the bag of money. Now rappers come in, it's prideful. That ain't where it's come from. It's prideful. I understand. It's my story. You can't tell my story for me better than me. So I don't need you writing that because I don't like to hear nobody else raps that was written for him. I say, oh, he's stealing. If I found out that somebody written that for him, I'm gonna say he stole. Because I believe an MC should write his own rhymes. But if you can perform the rhyme that was written and you can make $10 million off of it, knock it out the park, homie.
Right.
You got my 100% vote.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you my true sentiments to that, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm one of them guys on the other side of the fence, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm more in tune with and more aligned with and more of a fan of, right? The creativity, right? And all that stuff that has to do with the craft of music.
Right.
And I believe that when someone else creates for you, right, and you just perform it,
Right.
I believe it takes away from the performer in a sense that I don't know where you at creatively. You could have been always doing somebody else's ideas. You get what I'm saying? And I believe that's a core thing to me in music. It may not be a core to everybody, but I started off saying I'm a fan of the creative part.
All right, so let me ask you a question then.
Yeah,
Now watch how you see on the other side of the fence.
right.
That's how the fence got Them joints up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, them chords up there, right? You gotta be careful in this Spencer. Because in the same genre of music, I guarantee you, everybody's a fan of this guy. And he might have wrote 1 or 2 songs his whole life. That's Michael Jackson. And you was a fan of his artistry.
Yeah, a lot of people write
He
for
was a fan
him
of
too.
his artistry.
You're right.
I know.
A lot
He
of
was a
people
fan
have
of his
written for Michael
artistry.
Jackson. You're right.
He might have wrote 3 songs his own self.
That's just
You know what I mean?
that's like jokingly,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
yeah,
he
I'm
wrote
being-
more than 3.
I'm
But
being
go ahead. I get what you're
sarcastic.
saying.
He didn't,
right.
he didn't write a lot.
A lot of people wrote
You know
for
what I
him.
mean?
That's what you're
Yeah, he
highlighting.
didn't
for
write
you.
a lot. I mean, out of his, what, 18-some albums, he might have wrote 3, 4 of them. He ain't did,
Right.
You know what I mean? But everything he sung was a hit.
Right.
So he was knocking your stuff out the park. If you were singing, you would have sold 10,000 copies.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a talent in that. You can't play that cheap because the same person writing it can't sell it. They might can write
So
that
somebody
smoke.
got to bring that together.
They might can write that smoke.
Right.
But they get behind the mic and they getting rotten tomatoes
They
thrown
not
at 'em.
as they not as
That's a talent.
performing. Right.
That's
Yeah.
Performances.
Because I know people that
that's
write
just
real good but
writing,
can't perform.
writing is one part of the skill.
Okay.
You gotta bring all those
I'm
elements
glad
together.
I'm glad you painted that picture, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we about to bang this out. But I'm glad you painted that picture
Right.
because in all honesty, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Like, you need both to make music, to make magic, and they both don't always lie in the individual.
Right.
So sometimes you gotta collaborate that.
It's a very talented person
I
who
agree.
do all them things, man.
Yeah, I agree.
The only one I can name from that's a very talented person that can do all them things. We know Jay-Z do it. He do it right there on the spot. No pen, no nothing,
2
beat
minutes.
playing. He closes his eyes, do his head. Oh, I got it, go in the booth and lace it.
Right.
Murder.
Right.
I never seen Biggie Smalls do it, but I heard he do the same thing. Murder.
Right.
Now I seen my man C do it. Murder. There's only a couple dudes I know that can do something like that. That's all. You can write it without no pen and paper, lay it, one take Joe, perform it, 8 ball in a corner pocket, all yourself. That's a talent that a lot of people don't have, man.
That's real.
So to pull it together and you can still get the bag of money, that's my bottom line.
Right.
Pull it together and still get the bag of money, man.
Get the bag of money. Listen, man, we're going to wrap up, right? But listen, we got another show coming, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned in towards the Jewelers, man.
Right.
To the Point Podcast. I know y'all enjoying yourself. You know what I mean? We got some good rap, good topics. You know what I mean? And we try and blend with some good people. With that being said, man, this is She, the Jeweler, signing off. Till next time.
Sound like
Sounds a lot.
I hit the buzzer beater. Why'd you watch from the bleachers? I'm no preacher, more like a poor righteous teacher. Food for thought, I feature. We talk rap off beat, all fact, all street. Cut the fat off the meat and get to the point.
Cash got the corner, not here to exploit. We the joys to get to the top, gon' need a hoist. We move joints like androids. Together we can joint to get you the point.
The Jewelers. To the point. The Jewelers. To the point.